Everybody, it is Vortex here, back with another video. In today's video, we're going to be doing a series. Let's get right into it. Year 1 started off like any normal year. We placed the castle keep down. We got right to work. Managed to place the castle keep down right away. Then I decided to go forward and chop down some trees over here just to get a good amount started. We went for that amount. Then my people got right to work, as you can see. They got right to work. Then I decided to build some roads, make some roads out. I didn't know how many I wanted to build, because I got stuck. Decided to build my way out there first just to start, because I saw a stone quarry nearby. So I wanted to get ready for it. So my people began to work on that, as you know, and stuff. They began to work to do all of that. Yes, it was rough, as I waited for them to chop the wood down. I read into what, some stuff, that it was year 1, everything like that. I did all of that. I decided to build some homes, but I could only build one because I realized I didn't have much wood at the time. And stuff. So I was just waiting for my people to be done. And as I waited, and waited, and waited, and waited, eventually, I moved on to building more roads and started to build some farms. I decided to start off with normal farms and build some of them up from the ground. And it was year 2 by now, at this time. It was year 2 and stuff. I decided to do all that. And then I just had to wait for my people to build everything again. At this time, I had 2 homes, about 9 people in our town, whatever you would call it at the time. Nothing much would go on. I would wait for them to continue the build and stuff. It was a great time, but we continued to build. Then we moved forward where I had more roads. Started to build another house near my farm and stuff. It was year 3 at this time. I was really just continuing. It was nothing much. Things slowed down a lot since I had people working. I decided to chop more trees down, get right with it. At this point, I was like, you know what? Let me just chop the whole forest down. That's what I did. I started to chop the whole forest down. And then I looked at the job priority to see what was going on, because I was wondering what was taking things so long. And then I realized it was probably because of all my tree cutting. Yeah. And then things were taking long because we didn't have many people at the time. I decided to build more homes. And I built and built more homes. I decided to build a stone quarry a while so I can get started on my stone and stuff. It was looking like our town growed more and more by the days. Things continued to grow. People went to get more wood so they can build the homes, to do more of everything as we would stay. And then I built more farms because I realized we were running out of food quickly. And it was year 4 at this time. And yeah, I was ready to continue on with stuff. At this point, I was stuck waiting again because we had to wait for the people to build stuff, but they would build more. Then I found out a fire started amongst my farms. I panicked a little bit because I was wondering what my people rushed to the ocean since we didn't have any wells because we didn't have stone at the time. I rushed and we panicked. Things were getting bad. It was getting really, really bad as time went on. It got worse and worse and worse. And it looked like these farms were gonna burn. And that's what happened. They did. So all my progress I had slowed down, and even some of my roads were burning. somehow we still managed to make food. And then I was trying to see what I was going to do, and then I decided to rebuild. After the fire was gone, it was year 5. So I decided that it's time, you know what, let's rebuild the farms, do all of that by rebuilding, continue to rebuild, close what it out. It's currently year 5 at the time of this. It was really rough. I didn't. I waited for my farms to be, and then we really got through some things. I decided to build some orchards, build roads out to the forest. As they were rebuilding my farms, I really just kept on going, and going, and going, and going. We continued on as I waited and waited for my people to build more and more stuff. We continued. The winter was coming among us and stuff. It was starting to come along pretty quickly. So the year was looking like it was about to end. And it was going to end. And I was wondering if people were going to starve because we barely had any food. And our kingdom was growing more and more. And at this time, a thunderstorm began. And it was the next year by now. There was a thunderstorm that began. But this wouldn't stop my people. I was gonna see if I could build more orchards, but then I realized I needed more roads. Then I canceled on that. And then I was focusing on something more. I was focusing on building more roads out this way, because I wanted to start a wall structure. I wanted to start developing a kingdom enough for a wall. And that's exactly what I did. I would wait for the roads to be built, and then it was winter again. And then there was alarms that there was a dragon coming. And, in my mind, I was thinking, a dragon? I can't deal with a dragon right now. A dragon would ruin us. And it was currently year 7 at the time of this. And then I heard dragon was the dragon was here. And I didn't know what I was going to do. I just started to look for what I wanted to build. Because I was hoping. I was like, I should build a granary. So we can get our crops stored, because I see a lot of them, we don't get a lot of crops at the time because of the winter and stuff. You can hear it in my voice. I was kind of panicking as I was narrating this. I was starting to panic because I heard the dragon was approaching. And then I saw the dragon. And my keep decided to light the dragon up a little bit. But then I realized I could calm down. The dragon wasn't going for me. It was going for a nearby island. I decided to look and follow it to see where it went. But then I gave up on that. And then I began to start building my wall that I was planning for. The beginning of building my defenses around the place. I began to build it up. One by one, I began to do that. As more and more my people would continue to go to get the wood. I looked at the job board once again. Sorry, not job priority board. Once again to see if I can prioritize certain stuff, because things slowed down once again and stuff. It began as a very long, but my people rushed to build the wall, and I would just wait for them to build the wall. I would wait for them to build it. Yes, I would wait, and then I looked at the job priority board again. I looked again, as if I didn't know what I was going to do. So I stopped to think for a moment. And then I continued to stop to think. As winter was approaching, I just had to wait. I was stuck. And then I wanted to build more, I wanted to build something. I wanted to build more of them. Then I realized again I forgot to place the roads that were needed. So I decided just to go with simple farms. I decided to place more simple farms since I couldn't get more orchards right away. I decided to just get simple farms while I was at it. And we were approaching year 10 at this time. Then it was like, yeah, maybe I should build a well so I don't have a fire problem again. And I decided to go for that. Decided to build a well and build an extra house. Actually, build an extra 3 houses. No, never mind. I decided to build just 2 homes. So, because it looks like the beginning of my walls was starting. I was looking like this. When I looked at, I was trying to reprioritize, like organize things up, prioritize other things and stuff. I was looking on to begin, so I took some things down so we could stop focusing on wood chopping so much. This is the Kingdom of Dragonstone. You're approaching 35 people, closer to 50. Checked out what year it was. It was year 9. So my people continued to die to wolves since I had nothing to kill them. They continued to die. Looks like another dragon would be coming in 7 years. And then I decided to build a gate over by down here to continue my layouts where I'd want a wall. And then I would cancel this whole road thing because I wanted to build a wall here. I was hoping my people would begin. And we continued on. We continued onward. Things were looking up for the Kingdom of Dragonstone. As I waited, and then it looked like I was like, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I wanted to do next. As it looked like our food source was becoming pretty good now. We were making a good stable food source and everything. Making such a reliable food source. And another year would go by. It was year 11. We've survived 10 years, and then I decided to build a whole new road system. I didn't want to place another well, because I realized we needed more, because things would happen, and we would start to need more. This gate wasn't finished by the side here. I decided to begin a project. I built some walls. I began to start to build up my project. Checked and continued. Giving my people a lot to do. My people ran to collect the wood. Almost reaching a population of 50. It was becoming like it was looking more and more. But, you know. It was looking like I built more orchards and stuff. Looks like the years were slowing down. Not much was being done. We were flying through these years, I would say. Not really doing much, but just working along to keep going. I just waited again. I was stuck here waiting, and waiting, and waiting, and waiting again. Sorry, there isn't much to do. And I continued to wait. And I lost more people. Then I decided to do something. Decided to build a bunch of more homes so we can really grow the Kingdom of Dragonstone. I was really ready to begin to start to grow. The Kingdom of Dragonstone continued to grow, and as we began to wait more and more for these houses to finish, we began just sit here and wait for the people to develop land. And wait for these houses to be built. We sat here waiting. And then I started to think, what am I going to do? I was thinking of future plans, what to do. I was beginning to start building the wall more. I started to lay out more blueprints for my wall that I wanted, and I began to build. I mistakenly built up one, but I decided it could be for extra defense at this point. Still, you know, barely made it through these 50 years so far. I continued a lot, and I was stuck waiting. As it felt like with 49 people, didn't have a lot, but we can have a lot more. We can get up to a lot more. I built more roads, connecting them, making sure. Continued to watch Dragonstone grow as I just saw an army of my people taking a bunch of wood to build up the walls. It was crazy how fast they would work. The more they worked, the more we sat and just watched. And winter was upon us again. Yeah, it was upon us again. I checked the job board because I was wondering what was going on again. Just I needed to make sure, you know. Needed to make sure everything was good. I checked it. They still had a bunch of trees to chop down, of course. Not my best work, I would say. No, these are all single homes. I was hoping to turn them into double homes eventually. Had an entire neighborhood going on. As I waited for my people to continue building, it was year 14 at this time. New year upon us. New year prosperity. A new year, aka a new beginning in my heart. We understood that we must keep going and waiting. The longer we wait, the more it got hard. Desperate times. As I waited for the people to continue to build, I was sure enough we had enough farms. Still very low on food. Really didn't have any food still. So I was hoping that these farms would help a lot and stuff. I was hoping that this season that was coming, we would have plenty of food. And we did. We had plenty of food. And we made do with it. With this much food, we were ready to continue. As year 14 was coming to an end, we were slowly ready. I was waiting for my wood to pile up again. I didn't notice that it was really piling up. Year 15 came and went. I decided to continue, but I started to look in the future to see what things I needed. I was trying to get a treasury going, but I realized I didn't have enough stone. So I started to hold wall production until I got enough stone. And at this time, my people began to really chop down the forest. And they chopped and chopped and chopped. And the Kingdom of Dragonstone has reached 58. I decided, you know what, since I had so much wood, I decided to continue to build the wall. Did a very long stretch here. But I was just beginning to build. This time I decided to go for full wall, but then I made a mistake and accidentally built the wall wrong. Made a huge mistake. So I went to fix it. Almost did it again, but thankfully I didn't. My people began to get ready to work. as I started to build it up more and more. The year was slowly coming to an end. It was slowly going to be another year down. And then it would be year 16 at this point. And stuff. It was going really great. As I watched my people build the walls, I just sat there and waited more and more. As we waited long and hard for the people to be done, the army of people, the kingdom of Dragonstone would grow a lot. I was wondering at this time what was going on at my neighboring islands. What other people I had to worry about. Were there bigger threats I had to face? Or were they just not a problem to me? I didn't worry too much about them. I continued just to wait, and then a storm came. This time it was year 16. Reaching year 20 was about to be like a breeze. More of my people were being killed by those stupid wolves. Some times were tough, because my people would constantly have to go get wood and run into those wolf caves. Someone would get died. Stuff. It would be terrible. It was terrible. I was hoping things would come soon. I was planning on building another stockpile, maybe to have my wood. And I wanted to build a storage for the yap orchards, because I see we barely get a lot of them. Still, not really having any food. It was rough out here. Some people were starving, but we were managing. A lot of people were starving. And this year was coming to an end, and I would hope that the food would get better, but I wasn't sure that was going to happen. I was sure that this might be the end. At the time, I thought it was over, but then year 17 came, and my people continued to work, but a lot of people were really starting to starve. It really started to concern me. I was really wondering if I tried to do something, so I tried to change the jobs. I looked and looked and looked. I just really tried to do stuff, but it wasn't working so great. Tried, just had to wait for more things to be built. I looked around and stuff. Why I waited. My people continued to build the wall. It's looking like this wall was near completion. Slowly it was. Only time will tell. Time would tell. Then I continued to start building the wall even more. As I saw, more people were getting killed by wolves. Basically, at this time, everyone was hungry in my village. It was looking like this Dragonstone was going to come to an end. But knowing my people, hopefully we would prevail. And then this harvest was like a breeze. We took every amount of goods we could, thanks to these new storages. But sadly, a lot of the apple orchard stuff would be gone again. Food would be our biggest problem. It was our #1 enemy, not the dragon. But as I was talking about the dragon would be approaching very soon again. The dragon would come sooner than I thought. He would come next year, aka year 18. He was here. He was here. The dragon was here. Time set in again. Was I gonna get lucky like I did all those years ago? Or was my kingdom going to be the next attack for the dragon to slay my people? I won't know until he comes. He was getting really close to my land. I had nothing to defend my kingdom. I was just hoping my people would be able to put out any. But then, the dragon just passed by me. He didn't seem to care. He decided to go for another island. Then I saw a trade ship heading somewhere. I saw a trade ship as the dragon was letting loose on another island. It was like I got lucky twice in a row, but people were gonna die because they were really starving. It was getting so bad to the point I didn't know what I was going to do. I was really concerned. It felt like my people were going to die. We had no food. The Dragonstone was suffering so much. I didn't know what to do at this point. And then the dragon came close to me. I was like, is he going to attack me? But then he just left. It looks like he wanted nothing to do with my place. But my kingdom, my keep decided to attack because that's its job, to defend the kingdom. As it was our only line of defense. I was hoping, I realized to get archer towers, I would need a treasury. But I wasn't focusing on that as much as I should have been. I just really sat and watched sometimes, like thinking of like, what should I do? I always made sure to check my job priority. Make sure I had everything right. Made sure I did everything right. Made sure I wasn't letting the people of Dragonstone down. We might have solved our food problem on year 19. Things went away, believe. People continued to finish the rest of the forest. It was like that whole area I had planned out was fading away. Which was good. I was gonna continue the wall, as it was not complete yet. But then I saved it for a later time. Barely had anyone. It was looking more grim and grim each day. Everything would come at a cost, I would say to myself. I looked off from, I started to look what I had in my land. Because I would need wood. But I realized it wouldn't be the best idea to continue chopping all these forest things down, so I was thinking I should get some foresters, so I could have a constant supply of wood. But as I scanned my land and looked, I came back over here. And then I just sat there, thinking, what should I do? I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And it was looking like the year was coming to an end again. Because winter set in. Winter never lasts long in this game. Of course. But that was the least of my priorities. I think my people were unhappy. I could tell. Happiness was below 60%. And there was an exclamation mark. It was year 20. So I decided to give them a tavern. I decided to give my people what they want, to make them happy. And that solved my problems. Happiness went up a little. I decided to get rid of some homes, to start building, so I could build a town square for my people to thrive in. That's what I did. I built it. As we waited for the people to continue to build things, I was thinking to myself, and then I saw something. Vikings. There was Vikings on my island? But I got lucky again. It's like the Vikings just came and took a scenery route on my island, but then left. Didn't attack me. We're conducting raids on my competitors. So far, I haven't gotten visits from competitors. Hopefully that wasn't going to be the case. Because as I'd known, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I finally was able to get a treasury. So I was looking for a place to place it, and then I found one. As I waited for my people to build the treasury, I was looking like this place could use a lot. I was ready to build another stockpile, another part of the village. It was year 21, approaching the halfway mark of these 50 years. It was looking like the kingdom was starting to grow. I had started to build more of the wall. I started to build more of the wall. And that's what I did. I built more of the wall. Continued to build it. It was like, I was gonna finish this thing. That's what I did. I laid out all the blueprints for the wall. I just had to wait for the people to construct them. And at this time, I would think to myself, what should I do? As I waited, and as I saw these Vikings would conduct more raids among the lands, it was looking really grim for me. Again, and again, and again, and again. Another year, I'd see, as I looked, more people kept dying to these wolves. I wanted to take care of them so bad, but there was nothing I could do. And then I saw another merchant ship. It was annoying. Oh, more people would continue to die by wolves, but then I would get more to stay. We were at 67, approaching 70. We would be at 100 people before we know it. And then I was looking at how to build things as I waited for this wall to continue. I decided to build out roads outside the first layer of walls. We started to build up new stuff. I decided I didn't want these trees, so I decided to get these trees, so I decided to get rid of them. But I was maybe thinking to keep the forest that I had right there, so I'd be able to build foresters. But you know, it wasn't looking like whatever I was planning on doing. It was year 22 at the time, anyways. I continued to build. This year was coming to an end as well. It was a quick year. Very quick year. Quick indeed. That I've hardly noticed that it flew by. It was crazy. How much time was going by. Just about 20 years ago, my kingdom was nothing. And I was struggling. But we were starting to thrive. But this wasn't just the beginning of the glory of Dragonstone yet. No. More things would come. In the future, of course. But then I saw there was another Viking attack. What is it gonna come right for me? Or would I be lucky again? It seems like my island was getting lucky. And then I saw a diplomat arrived from a faction. I hardly didn't time to answer. Was deciding on a percentage I should tax my people, of course. I didn't notice the diplomat was here from another faction. A diplomat is here. I didn't really pay much attention to it, of course. And then I saw the diplomat finally arrived. Then I noticed. And I was wondering who this person was and what they were doing on my land. And then I found out he was from another kingdom. And I didn't really decide to be friendly with this one because I didn't know who he was. Hopefully I would get to know who he was. why would one of my neighbors didn't know that I wanted to attack him? But maybe I was thinking over ahead. Then I realized I might need a graveyard or something. Who knows anyways? Because that was just me after all. I would think to myself as things would close to the end. We were almost at the halfway mark. It was pretty crazy. This place was looking really great. I decided to build another thing to store my stuff. It's crazy how much food we had stored. After just about a couple years ago, we were having a food crisis. It was really intense. And I'm thankful for how it was the halfway mark at this time and stuff. As I was excited to know that we made it halfway through the 50 years, that guy that came to visit me, I know he has a name, but I decided to give him my own name, just to make this more interesting. I would call him King Harold the Third, of course. King Harold the Third only sent me one visit. I know he has a name, so if you guys tell me in the comments it has a name, I wanted just to give you guys my own name. Alright, back to the storytelling. As I was saying, I wanted to build this card. I wanted to experiment and stuff. So that's what I did. As I was wondering what island King Harold stayed on, I looked like I was having one of the smallest islands out of most of the islands. That was pretty easy, of course. It was year 26. I wanted to get another stone quarry. Then I realized you can only have 2 max. And I built the forester. I built 2 of them. To be exact. So we can have a steady supply of wood. That's what I did it for. And then it would be the craziest time ever. I would begin to construct our very first archer tower. Very first of many, of course. It was like this place would start to have defense. It was crazy. I put a stockpile out here for all the wood that these guys would collect. Of course. And then I checked the card. I was gonna figure stuff out for it. Just playing around with it. But then I decided I didn't want carts yet. I wasn't ready. I didn't really have enough supplies that I was willing to transfer things yet. So I just got rid of it, of course, because I didn't need the cart yet. I placed a second archer tower. It was crazy. The things were flying by. We were developing like it was nothing out here. It's crazy how far we would grow. It's so much that hopefully one day, but all good things would come to an end eventually. Year 28 approached, and there was Vikings. I decided to place cottages. That would increase how much more people I could have, besides these single homes. I was concerned I wouldn't get lucky again. concerned the Vikings would come for me again. And they were probably gonna come from a side I didn't have defenses on. And that's exactly what happened. I came from a side I didn't have defenses on. They surprised me. And then King Harold III sent me another diplomat. Again, sent me another diplomat. But I didn't want to talk to him right now, as there was Vikings approaching my wall. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't get an archer tower. They set the wall on fire. The people rushed quickly to put it out. Stuff. I talked to King Harold III, and then I was wondering to see what he wanted, but he just wanted to chat. But then we became neutral again after chatting with him about some things, and then we became really close. And it was nice to chat with him. And then King Harold III left. Then I saw his land, and I saw how well he was doing. But then he didn't really do as well as mine. And then I came back and saw there was an entire inferno because of these Vikings. My people rushed quickly, but I was able to get an archer tower. But it was too late. Thankfully, all the Vikings did was just burn the walls and didn't harm. And then a dragon, of course, came. And this time, lit a bunch of my houses on fire. It was really looking like things were going downhill for Dragonstone. Saw that there was another diplomat from another faction. Boy, was I wrong. I realized Queen Magestein was dangerous. But I decided to befriend her, Queen Magestein, and I could get her wrong, unlike King Charles III and I. We were off to a rough start, but I liked Queen Magestein and stuff. I liked her a lot. I was thinking she could be an ally, just in case King Charles III would pull anything on me. As slowly as I was recovering, I saw there was dead people in my kingdom. So I was wondering what I was going to do. But I didn't figure that far ahead yet. I was just getting ready and stuff. But then it was coming. We reached year 30 just with 20 years left to go. Yeah, we reached year 30. I decided I just wanted to get rid of this forest after all. These foresters would be good. Decided I just wanted to get rid of the forest. Trust me when I say it, my people got right to work. Really did get right to work. Saw there was a body. Needed a graveyard, so I decided to get one. Decided to put it somewhere. Decided to go put it out here. Decided I didn't have it before. I put it out there, and I was gonna plan on building roads. Out there, of course. I would plan on doing stuff like that. I built some roads, but I was gonna see if I wanted to go for an interesting design, but I decided not to. I just placed simple roads and stuff. Simple as it could be. As I waited and waited more, it was year 31. I was losing track of time. I was wondering if King Charles III would kill me. Or he sent me another thing. But I was hoping Queen Maziner had my back. Hopefully she did. I don't know. I didn't like Queen Maziner. I decided to give her a new name. Queen Elizabeth. Nah, but then I realized that was too controversial. So then I didn't went with it. So I went with Queen Mazzenberger. Yes, Queen Mazzenberger. Because, you know, I didn't want to go with the other ones. King Charles III and Queen Mazzenberger were the two people I met. I was wondering who the other person was. But sooner or later I would realize they would come to visit me. So eventually I would meet everyone. And I didn't know. I saw a new person was here to meet with me. Wondering who they were, of course. I wondered who they were. But I wasn't going to give them a name. I was gonna let you guys decide in the comments what you want the name to be. Let me know in the comments what you want her name to be. And stuff. Just let me know. It would be really appreciated. And stuff. So it was year 32. As I sent the diplomat away and stuff, I didn't know what. Once again, I didn't know what to do. But that was short-lived. I was looking at future things I wanted to build. And I wouldn't have to wait long. I was looking. Saw things. I saw the happiness was down pretty low again. And I decided to go for something. I think I was building a barracks. I wasn't sure. I didn't get a good look at what I was trying to build. I was too focused on something at the time. I just like placed it. Didn't really look, you know. So yes, this is what happened, but that's all. I was gonna build some charcoal burners. I decided to place them out here. I decided to build 3 of them and stuff. It was looking like it's getting very interesting. The kingdom would develop. People would get to work. You know, we're about to hit 100 people in Dragonstone. Dragonstone has grown so much in these past years. It's year 33. Things were established. I got congratulated for becoming a certain town since I hit over 100 people. I felt accomplished and stuff. I was going to start building more cottages. Eventually, I would replace these homes. I began to build more cottages. Well, just one for now. The work was going good over here, I could tell, if you look at my stockpile of wood. It's crazy. I didn't decide to do much, but just pass the time as we waited. Year 34 started off with a fire in one of my charcoal things, which wasn't good, because it spreaded, and I don't know if my people would be able to put them out in time. I was hoping they would. Then I realized I needed some wells out here, and that's exactly what I did. Just place a well, or 2 wells out. A while, but we managed to put the fire out. But I placed some wells down for safekeeping. I couldn't place farms. Didn't really need to place farms. We had a steady supply of food and all, after all. What was their need? And I realized I couldn't really make stuff like that yet. So it was like, god damn, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Took time and stuff. Didn't even know what I wanted to do. Which was crazy. But, it's whatever. I decided to build another storage because I kept looking, and they were getting full. It's like, how many apples could you produce? But then when I look at our food, it was not really so much of a problem. I decided to place more farms. Then I realized I couldn't get a good set of them. So I just decided to place 4 for now. Because eventually we would need something. I was looking for roads and stuff, of course. Didn't realize that they were in the other category. It took me time to figure that out, but I think I was just waiting for the farms to be done at this point. Because I did, and I placed another archer tower. This place was getting more defensive by the years, especially for year 35 and all. Years would fly by, approaching. The years were pretty intense. And then the Vikings were coming again. More than the dragon did. I was wondering what was going on with King Charles III. I haven't heard from him in a while. I was also wondering what was going on with Queen Mazenberger. Haven't heard from her in a while. I was hoping I would hear from her soon, so we can eventually become trusty allies. But who knows? We can only hope if I'll hear from her. But I was hoping stuff that I would. Hoping that I didn't have to wait long. And then I saw the Vikings were coming again. But I had archer towers this time. I was just hoping they would get close. But fortunately, they decided to take a different route. They decided to go on the road for some reason. I began to build something else. I just placed it. I wasn't really focused. It was year 37. They decided to attack the same wall like the last Vikings did, completely avoiding my stuff. So I realized I needed a tower over there. So I decided to place one in the corner, but it's like the Vikings didn't want to go in. This time, they took a different approach, heading straight to try to kidnap people, but then absolutely got obliterated by my archer tower, because they walked into the wrong area. So the Vikings were killed, because they decided to be stupid, and I guess get greedy. But then when I saw King Charles III's place, just a glimpse of it, they looked like they were giving him a hard time. But I didn't care, because I didn't like King Charles III that much. I liked Queen Mazenberger more and stuff. You know. And then I saw the Vikings were... I said something about Vikings again. But I think they were just bothering other people, like Queen Mazenberger and stuff. King Charles III. I would never know much about it and stuff. You know, just wondering, no one came to visit me. No diplomats, no nothing. I was hoping I could build troops eventually. Then I looked for stuff. I wanted to build stuff. I didn't know much. It was really... It's year 38. My people's happiness was down and stuff. It was getting to the point like we were looking like these years were going by. And I wasn't doing less. Then I realized my people needed something. Apparently they wanted a church, I think? Yeah, they wanted some type of church. wanted a church and stuff. And then the dragon. And then I was getting visited by someone. I think it was Queen Mouseburger. Came to visit me. And I was happy. Again, I was happy. Because she came to visit me. I decided to build it. Yeah, it was Queen Mouseburger. We decided to have a chat about stuff. And a chat we did have. We had a very interesting chat. And then she really started to like me more. It was looking like we were forever allies now. And then the stupid dragon set my stuff on fire. It's like he came in for a sneak attack. And ruined a lot of stuff. It was rough. Very rough. But only time. Then I looked at Queen Mouseburger's place and realized she was doing so much better. She even had swordmen. She had a lot of things. She was much more developed. It was crazy how much more developed she was than I was. Then I decided to go for fish. And then I found some. And went right for them. Stuff. Yeah, decided to do that. It was year 40. 10 years left until we hit year 50. We were getting there fast. Really fast. I built a road. Out to my new fishing thing I wanted done. After all, and stuff, I wanted to get iron. I was gonna try to get iron started, so I decided to build out to it a while to get it started. But then I always get stopped about stuff I want. And then I get distracted and stuff. So I decided to build like some type of thing for bread. Then I saw lots of diplomats were here. King Charles III was back, so is that lady. I'll call her lady until I see you until I pick out a name in the comment. Make sure you want me to know what name. It seems like everyone was coming to visit me besides Queen Mouseburger because she came to visit me earlier. I was wondering what King Charles III wanted. I decided to build a pretty big home. Stuff. I didn't know what this lady wanted, but I was friendly to her. Because what's wrong with having two allies? I think it was the perfect ordeal. And she seemed to like me. A lot. She really did seem to like me. It was crazy. She just wanted to talk and talk and talk. And keep talking. It's like, goodness, we had like a good long conversation. And she didn't just want to leave me alone. It was crazy. But then I made our relationship a lot better. And stuff. So much better. And then I was wondering what King Charles III wanted. I didn't really want to hear from him much. And then he didn't like what I said. Obviously. And then he had some type of quest for me. He wanted me to take care of wolves. But then I guess I couldn't do that because I have no army yet. So he would get mad at me for no reason, basically. For having no army? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with having no army? because that's what I didn't have. It's an army. And I wondered. I really did. Winter was coming again. I ran out of things to do. I decided to build another granary over there. As I was thinking of things I should do. I didn't know. Yet I didn't know, but it was getting really rough. Just sat and wait. Yeah. I really did just sit and wait. Yep. Oh. I'm sorry. I just waited. Sorry, I'm tired. Don't mind that. Back to my storytelling. As I was saying, as I waited and stuff, you know, we began to wait. Ugh. I was looking at stuff that these houses needed. But then there wasn't a good road system, I guess. So I had to build more roads. That's what I did. I built a whole road path out to here. And then down there. I don't know why. I might change it up. I haven't decided that all yet. But, who knows what I was going to decide, honestly. But I was looking more and more increasing. I started to build something out of stone. I started to build a tower. But I think Queen Massenburger was coming to visit me again. Which was nice. Be coming to visit me. And then I was waiting for her arrival, as I saw in the background as I waited for this tower to be built. I checked out my food, making sure it was good. Year 44. 6 years until who knows what. Until something. I'll never know. But time will tell. I say. Time will tell. It will really tell a lot. You know, it will really tell. Queen Massenburger came to visit me, and we had a chat. Pretty nice chat. We talked about things, improved my relationship with her a little more, and then she left. Interesting chat. Yep. It was a time of the life. Stuff. You know. And she left. She left. And then it was winter again. Decided to build another cottage. I was planning on getting ready to build more. So I demolished some homes so I could start replacing them. So I could get double the amount of people I had once. And stuff. And that's what I did. For year 45 all really. That's what I mostly did. To start out with year 45. I was increasing home. Some people were homeless. But they would have to wait. I continued to stack the tower as high as it would let me. But it would only let me do it once more. So, I just did it. And stuff. As I waited for them to build it. It was... But they were building the home heads up right now. I was looking more and more what I wanted to do. I slowly started to think. I started to turn some of my walls to stone a while, especially the ones with an archer thing. And then I decided to place the tower I was building. I did it for a good amount of reason, to place a ballista that would have a great view over my kingdom. It would be able to protect it with its very far range of how I placed it and stuff. It was pretty nice. I was hoping to plan to build the troops now. If I couldn't build them before year 50, maybe I would build them sometime next time. I would never know. No. Time would tell. I say this a lot. But it was looking like it was getting close again to the dragon approaching. I decided to build something for the fish. So we were able to, keep it like that. Keep it going. I built a market, too. Built a market. It's like, yeah, what with it, honestly. Might as well decide to build a market. And that's what I did. Decided to build a market. And I did. Wow. We built a market. We really did. Here. And then I decided to... I was seeing where I could build another one, like a large market. But then, of course, the dragon would come again. Of course he would. Of course, the stupid dragon would come again. The dragon just had to come all the time. I started to slowly upgrade things into stone. I was wondering if the dragon would survive this time, if he came to my land. I wasn't sure, though. Maybe he would, maybe he wouldn't. Who would know? Sorry, I needed a little thing there. But as I was saying, who would know? 3 years left to go. We were approaching the end. It was nearing. So, I just wanted to say something. If you've enjoyed this entire story, you've been with me through it, make sure you consider like and subscribing. It did take me a while. Let me know if you want to see me continue this, where I spent 100 years and stuff. But let me get right back into it. As it was year 48, the thunderstorm was back again. I was looking to build a thing. A blacksmith, I'm pretty sure. But I decided I couldn't build it yet. I decided to build another storage thing while I was at it. And that's exactly what I did. I built another storage thing. Another storage thing was what I built. And then I built some roads. More roads. I can maybe get another iron thing started a while. And yeah. My kingdom is looking great. But not the best. The Dragonstone has developed a lot. The 152 people was great. But it really needed some improvements. But I wasn't planning on ready to do them yet. I was too focused on other things. And stuff. I was wondering if I should get the card back. But I didn't. It was year 49. Basically, the final year. The final year left. It is crazy how much time flew by. I couldn't even believe it with my own eyes. Couldn't believe that we were approaching the end. I was wondering, is this the end? Or will my story continue? Will Dragonstone live on to be the best kingdom? Will King Charles III eventually come and attack me? I would never know until the time would come. I wouldn't know, but let's not worry about that until it happens. Right now, I need to worry about things I need to do. I just sat and looked. Didn't really have many things I wanted to do, because I was new to the game after all. But after earning and stuff, it was crazy. Year 50 was here. 50. I saved the game. But no. Yep, so I hope you did enjoy my story time. Not story. Hope you enjoyed my story of narration of how I survived 50 days in this game. AK Medieval, whatever. Sorry. But, yep, I hope y'all did enjoy. Make sure you consider liking and subscribing. It's been Vortex here.